everybody, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Violet.
And I'm Ruby.
Today we're taking a look at a new game from Queen Games called Scrap Racer. In Scrap Racer, you are an animal racing a vehicle that's a robot. Did you know you were animals in this game? But you are. See?
Well, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Except the red one. Is that it? It's just a regular robot.
No, there's a
That's a
frog.
frog.
There's something inside his chest that you can't see it on this front thing. Anywho, in this game, you are racing around a track 3 times to win the game, and you do so by pushing your luck. You have 6 dice to roll every turn. Will you roll all 6 every turn? Only if you're me.
Totally.
Let me show you. In this game, you're going to build a racetrack. They give you an example track in the book, and if you don't like that track, you could always go and find some more tracks later on, but you can really build the track any way you want. It doesn't really matter that much. There's going to be different spots in the track where you're going to place tokens. Each spot on the track is either a straight with a green light or a curve with a blue light. Each player is going to pick a racer, so you'll have a dashboard as well as a standee for that racer. And racers will come with a special ability, like for example this one here starts with the green light on. So that's his special ability, which it shows here. This one, if they end their turn on a curve, they get to go an extra space. So each person has that special ability, and one person goes first. On your turn, you roll a die. I rolled a 2. I can now go forward 2 spaces, or I can roll another die if I want. I'd rather roll another die. Now I got a 4. So now I can move 6 spaces, or I can go again. You're like, why would you not roll again? You're right. Now I got a 6. I'm going forward 12 spaces. Or I can roll again. Come on now. I'm rolling again. A 5. That's 17 spaces. That's pretty good. I can move 17. Or go again. Psh, I'm rolling again. A 3. That's unbelievable. I'm now going 11, 14, 17, 19 spaces. I like to roll again. Oh, I got a duplicate. 2 5s. I bust. I would not have rolled in that place. The only thing left would have been a 1. But if you ever get doubles, you're done. Otherwise, you can stop anytime you want and move that many spaces. If you get duplicates, you're going to do 2 things. 1, you're going to take one of these green light switches and put it on your dashboard in front of you. You're also going to draw a card that matches what you've rolled. So double 1s and 2s draw from this pile, 3s and 4s, 5s and 6s. These could actually not be too terrible. This one, for example, says, move forward 3 spaces. Well, that's not so bad. Roll 2 dice and move forward that many spaces. 3s and 4s aren't going to be as nice. The person behind you moves forward 2 spaces, and I move forward 0. I move forward 5, and everyone else moves forward 2. So there's all kinds of things. The 5s and 6s aren't going to be good at all. The person behind me moves forward 4, and last place moves forward 4. Everyone else moves 0. Or I move backwards 4 spaces. Or I move backwards 6 spaces. If you get 3 bonus tokens, you'll turn those in and draw the top card from the bonus deck. You can keep this and use it anytime you want. Like this one here lets me move to the next straight space. This one here lets me move to the next curved space. This one here just simply lets me move forward 7. I can use these anytime on a future turn. Then you'll discard your bonus tokens and then you'll wait till your next turn. Either way, whether you bust or whether you stop rolling dice and move, your turn will be over. Probably. I say probably because if you land on somebody else, oh, it's time to fight. You both roll die and the higher person moves forward 1 spot. And if you land on these tokens here, you'll get that token. These tokens will be placed under your board. Each player has a spot here, you can see, to put these tokens. You can keep 2 of them under your board. And there are 3 different ways to use these tokens. This one here lets you can spend in the future to re-roll a die. This one lets you add or subtract 1 from a die. And this lets you flip a die over to the other side. Whenever a player crosses the finish line, they're going to take a lap token. First person to get 3 lap tokens is the winner. But you also draw one of these cards and apply and do whatever it says. This one, for example, says whoever's in last place moves forward 7 spots. It also tells you, hey, refill all the bonus tokens that are all over the board. There's another last place moves forward 7. Here, everyone except the first 2 racers moves forward 3 spaces. And that's another one of that kind. Here, everyone except for the first racer moves forward 2 spaces. Anyway, that's it. You just keep playing until one person makes 3 laps and wins. Now, I have a small complaint about the racetrack here. It doesn't matter. You're literally just going around there like, ooh, be careful before you start changing it. You should play with the one it shows you first. Does it matter whether there's straights and curves? It's not that big of a deal. The racetrack barely registers. It's just a way for you to count spaces. The robots are kind of cool as you're driving these. Each of these is driven by some sort of animal. So there's a rabbit driving that one. They're really big, though, and they fall over a decent amount. They're too big. The cards themselves, so like the bonus cards, some of them are pretty obvious. This means move forward 3 spaces. And this one, though, says move forward till you get to a turtle on a pie slice. I'm not sure what that means. And there's a lot here in the rules that shows you all the different things that you're going to advance and do. And I like queen rules. They're usually written very well. But I found this to be, this symbology was not as simple as the gameplay itself is. We had to keep looking at this book all the time. And here they have a flow chart on the turn. And it's not, the game is way simpler than the rules made it be. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the components of this game. And it has a good look to it. You're racing in the desert. Okay, so this is a racing game. It's a racing game in which you push your luck, and I like pushing my luck to some degree. But what did you think about the dice rolling mechanism? So you roll a 4. Do you move 4, or do you roll again?
Well, you might as well roll again, since losing would probably be more than going 4.
Right, and this game is really weird to me in that regard. If you roll double 4s on your first 2 rolls, you're like, meh, what do I care? Because the card might say go forward 4. Yeah. Or it might let you move something and then give you a bonus card you can use later on. It just seems that it's not that scary to keep rolling. The only time you'd stop rolling is in the example you saw. I rolled a 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and I still rolled the 6th die to try to get a 1.
You really should just left it there.
Yeah. No one ever in our games got all 6 dice. Only one person tried. Violet.
I tried it once, but like...
Yeah, but... So the game has different things that it's going to do. It has a rubber banding effect. But the person in last place never has to worry. In the last game of this we played, I pushed my luck all the time. I constantly rolled doubles. In fact, I hardly ever moved from not rolling doubles. And yet... I did pretty decent because every time someone else passed the finish line, last person goes forward. I would break and get some bonus points. I get to move forward. And I felt like that was weird. Don't you feel like if I'm that stupid, and I was playing stupidly, if I'm that stupid, I should be really losing.
Yeah. You kept up decently.
It felt too good to be true, I guess. How easy it was for someone who's doing badly.
I guess if you're a little kid, that would feel good. But that rolling dice thing sounds really cool, but was it ever really that interesting?
No. Not really. Sometimes it'd just be funny to watch other people fail, but
That's just because you have a mean streak in you.
You were mad at me when I started laughing at a roll. Yeah. What was that?
Because it was annoying me.
Okay, well, anywho... What do you think about the luck in the game?
There's way too much of it. There's barely any strategy. The only strategy you get is you want to keep rolling.
That is true.
Yeah, if you have those tokens to spend to re-roll a die or add one or something, you might as well use them, right? Yeah. You're not going to save them for the future. You get that bonus card, you use it as soon as you can. There's no reason to hold on to these things. What do you think about the special abilities? Did they feel special?
Not really. They were okay.
I agree. They were kind of really boring special abilities. If you land on a curve, go 1 space more. Ooh. I mean, you can go 21 spaces.
Pilot's was pretty good.
I barely
have
used
one
it, though.
switch on at all times.
I might have kept losing, but I was never, like... I barely ever used it, though.
Yeah, here's the thing, and I already mentioned this in the components. The track wasn't that interesting. There wasn't anything interesting on the track. There's no,
Like,
like,
there
bumps or curves or things you can crash into.
Or, like, maybe shortcuts or stuff like that.
Yeah, that would have
Like, if you land on a certain space, you get a shortcut to go somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe that'd be interesting. And the fighting, woo-hoo-hoo, you roll a die and one person goes for one space.
Wouldn't it be more interesting if someone went back 7 spaces or something?
You're a very
Also-
vicious child.
It'd be more interesting. There's nothing to lose with that one. The other person
Mario
goes ahead of
Kart's
you a little
worse.
bit.
Mario Kart is worth. Blue shells. Yeah, there's a lot
Very
of
safe. Definitely for kids.
there's a lot of racing games out there. This one is okay for me at best. I feel like I'm moving along in this game and I'm rolling dice and flipping lots of cards and doing stuff, and your car moves, but I don't felt like any decision I made ever mattered. Yes, if I roll 4, 5, and 6, you should stop, because obvious. Getting the extra 1, 2, and 3 doesn't matter. And if you roll a 1 on your first roll, you have to roll again. But even if you roll a 1 and then your second roll is a 1 and you get doubles, which can happen, you'll draw a card that says go forward 4. That's not fun either. It's like, yay, I moved 4. But that's my thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah, I would go with the same thing. It was okay. It'd be like maybe more fun for kids because there isn't like much strategy going on, and you wouldn't feel too bad if you lost. It was okay, I guess.
What would you rate it?
Probably a 5.
Okay, what about you?
Definitely a 5. At
What-
most.
And what are your thoughts?
It's a lot of luck. I would probably not play it again unless there were kids who wanted to play something easy, I guess, and really easy to learn.
Yeah, it is an easy game to jump into, but it's not marketed as a kid's game. It doesn't say that's a kid's game on here anywhere. And I feel like this is Queen Games every year has a game they market for the Spiel des Jahres, the game of the year in Germany, and I feel like this is the one they were shooting for that. There's a lack of excitement. The game has some interesting ideas, but they're not that exciting at the end of it. And the game constrains and puts everyone together. This one's kind of a pass for me. I'd also give it a 5. 5, 5, 5. That's Scrap Racer, everybody. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Violet.
And I'm Ruby.
Have fun racing better games.